That circle, you know, we have our engaged supports, you know, for all of this year, and now we're just back to 2023, where it was just picking Lucian Nami into Caitlyn Karma into taking a bit of a beating here from Xiaoya and YCX. The problem is, though, is that they're not actually getting any of this CS, and now Xiaohao, who's level 3, already forcing YCX to half HP. They're gonna go for the dive. They say lane swaps be damned. They're going for it anyway. EDG just gonna int here for first blood to go over to LGD, but they're gonna be able to trade it right back. A 1-for-1, plus they burn Sasa's teleport as he goes down here. I say that's very worth it for EDG. Karma lane, which has so much poke, and now potentially look for another dive here onto Sasa. They're gonna try to do some damage here on. Almost has enough as Wink takes another tower shot, but now here's Xiaohao once again. This Rumble is not having a good time whatsoever. The audacious charge comes through, and EDG go 2-for-1, and Xiaohao will survive.
That's really impressive.
Forced him to get a flash out, and now that with Angel not here, it's a little bit of a win back for LGD, but I think overall EDG very happy with where this game state is. The problem is that ZDZ is not getting a lot of farm, but he's soaking up XP. He's doing all right, and most importantly, Xiaoya and YCX haven't really picked up any plates
just yet.
Get that
first push over towards these grubs. Honestly, getting grubs onto a composition that has a Caitlyn always going to be nice too. So it's not the end of the world, right? LGD haven't fallen massively far behind. I think the gold. Wow, just one tap. Okay, never mind. I didn't think the ZDZ was just going to go down there, but, you know, clearly wrong.
And this coming through, but now, with Nio actually joining, I think LGD might be able to get this first tower. The problem is the wave is about to go down here, but it's not going to matter. So first tower will go over to LGD. They actually win out on things by having more people on that top side of the map.
People, and the Caitlyn already does a little bit of tower damage, despite the fact that it's very early on into the game. And EDG, they initiate this swap, and they've made it work for themselves in that they get
you know, the map being split towards the top side in favor of LGD, as they were able to get 3 of those grubs, and having 6 grubs on a Caitlyn is going to definitely feel good. So I feel like LGD want to maybe focus their attention towards the top side of the map, especially if it means you can get a kill here onto ZDZ. He has to use the Unstoppable Onslaught, but it gets blocked up. They don't even have to use the Impale. They can just pick up the Feats of Warfare and take ZDZ down for the 3rd time. It's a bad time.
Into a Drake. Nothing that you can do here as EDG to stop this one. So throughout the early game, despite the fact that EDG initiate the shenanigans, it's still going to be LGD coming out on top. Small gold lead and more of the objectives to them.
And you know what, I respect it, right? You're not over the map just yet for the next couple of minutes, but that cooldown always can be a little bit good for trying to find opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, looks like EDG might have found one here onto Sasa. Already used the equalizer, but it's not going to be enough to try and take down either of Xiaohao or ZDZ in a 1v2.
We've got Lucian Nami, because this is a bot lane that is designed to win in its lane, get really far ahead during the early 10 minutes of the game, and then just exert your will.
One kill onto the Rumble here or there too, but the leads haven't really fully been generated just yet. And now LGD stacking 5 members here in the mid lane to try to burst some damage onto this tier 1 tower. Already the culling has been used from On. And everybody on LGD is still full HP. The redemption from YCX doing a ton to keep everyone nice and healthy.
And then move down towards the bottom lane.
They take On down pretty low. Equalizer on top. So much long-range damage onto Lucian, who again does not have that ultimate. Only has a flash available. Here comes the Tidal Wave and the Weaver's Wall. And EDG going for the full engage. Decimating Smash lands onto 2. Sauce at full HP. Xiaoya relatively low, but he's far enough away from the rest of the team to make sure that there's no additional follow-up damage that can come through from EDG. So no blood is shed, but the tower in the mid lane does not fall for LGD. And now the Rift Herald is spawned in the mid lane. Now going into that bot lane tower. Not going to be enough to take it fully down just yet. And will LGD want to go back for another play? Looks like they will. Nio dashing in, forcing the flash away from ZDZ. And it just will be the tower going down in the mid lane for Edward Gaming.
Oh, really unfortunate that LGD's tower
just... for either team, as it is a Mountain Soul across the Rift. EDG now in the pit first. Culling comes out immediately onto YCX. Not going to do a ton of damage to put anybody at any lethal threat. The battle lines have been drawn here around the Mountain Drake. Xiaohao in the area to start things off. He has the first priority around the pit. Nio already using the Ixtal's impact. Not able to get into the pit just yet. Now he starts to approach. Weaver's Wall comes out. It's going to separate the bot lane from the rest of the team. And Io immediately goes down, but Sasa in the back line will take down On. Shut the Lucian down. He will go down in a trade, and it's a 4v3 across the map. Xiao has the smite advantage. Will be able to take away this dragon, and that will be secured here by EDG. But already ZDZ has fallen down, and Xiao still at full HP, using the 90 caliber net to try to escape. The Whippy comes lightning comes through from Xiao. They're going to finally try to take the Caitlyn down. 3 talent strike. plus another W is there, but Angel starts to
Oh!
come online, but Angel with a huge seismic shove gets himself a double kill and wins the fight for it. Might be the focus. A bit of a death brush though here.
Death brush? Oh, Link just used the bubble.
EDG's on the face check. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough?
No.
Looks like he will get taken down very easily by XQW, so well executed play by LGD. They know that they cannot fight right now in a full 5v5, so they find a pick, and now we'll go over to the Otacon.
There's the other thing you can do with this composition. Picks are going to be relatively easy. Didn't even really need to use any of the big ultis in that one. More than enough to just have your Scion walk straight into the brush. It obviously would have been worse right here for EDG if any of their main carries had have stepped up, but still, losing out the Atakan right here, all of those petals going over. The trade is going to be a mid lane tier 2 tower. That's something. Yeah, On does have those 3 items completed, so is going to be hitting so hard. But once again, where is the Weaver's Wall going to be? Can you split the team fight up? So far, Angel, he's looking for it, you can see, but he's taking quite a lot of damage for his positioning.
They're still looking potentially to just try to finish off the dragon. Here comes the unstoppable onslaught. Nio tries to push Xiaoho away, using the impale to try to get the Xin Zhao out of the fight.
Oh, again!
But Nio taking too much damage,
Wait.
and Xiaoho's in!
Oh!
But the smite is secured by LGD. They pick up their second dragon of the game, and now EDG are on the run. Everybody at half HP or lower. And XQ, wins that big 5v5. Hasn't really been broken open. Even that ace that EDG got was a 5v3. That can really be the difference maker here. As Sasa once again getting caught out potentially. Xiaohao landing that 3-talent strike. And so that is going to be a pick here for EDG on the bottom side of the map. 4v5 across the map. Not going to be able to get anything.
Considering what the next set of moves are, and we'll see what the outcome of that is going to be.
And now these guys, they got to lock back in. So do WeBlox, Jeremy. We were talking about all these different stuff, and now we got a team fight all of a sudden. ZDZ coming forward, going to be immediately matched by a 3-man impale from Nio, but he's taking a whole lot of damage, and he'll get taken down by Xiaohao. So it's EDG forcing the initiatives. Is EDG going in with the unstoppable?
With no jungler, do you even want to take this fight?
Ooh, on taking a lot of damage. He might quickly run into XQW, and Sasa still alive. Pops the culling. Now XQW's in a lot of trouble. And On will take him down. Knockup lands onto Xiaoya. A 5v3 across the map, but the health bar still on LGD's side. Just a little bit, and Nio has respawned. So no Baron for the taking for EDG, and they will back away with just picking up 2 members.
And that's not the end of the world right there for LGD. The fact that you're able to stop that Baron from going down.
That could have got a lot worse for LGD. Man, that must be so demoralizing. You were in such a good position around that play. Then you got Chrono Breaked on. You lost your jungler. Lost your mid laner, and now you give up Mountain Soul points with Angel potentially looking for a play onto Nio, but now he's being caught out just a little bit. Another Scion ulti comes through, but Xiaoya will immediately flash away from it. The target, though, is XQW, and now Xiaohao will try to finish him off. On picks to kill on the YCX, and it's a numbers advantage once again here for EDG. They find yet another pick off of just ZDZ pressing the go button, ulting down mid.
And now you've got this mid lane priority right here for EDG. They're going to be able to melt through this tower if they can actually get on top of it. Recall's having to come back through out of the LGD members to pull them back. So they are going to lose this inhibitor tower. The inhibitor may well also follow. That's going to be a massive pressure point right here for EDG. This is 2 fights in a row where, like you said, you just have to
walking
press
into this river right now. Doing a good job face checking just the slightest bit to force EDG back towards that mid lane. And we again await a big play around neutral objective or not. Now we've seen On dash forward very aggressively with these relentless pursuits, and sometimes that's come back to bite them a little bit. I think EDG has to be a little bit careful to make sure that doesn't happen. As I say that, Angel just weavers walls right in the middle of everybody, but it splits up Nio at the perfect opportunity. Gets knocked up by 2 spells at the same time. The tidal wave, the last one there. And On picks up the kill on Nio. Again, the EDG jungler is able to find the LGD counterpart.
The fact that you just get untapped through right there once again as the jungler. This is an untenable position right here as LGD. They're going to have to put on another Baron defense. And ZDZ currently in the mid lane, stopping any potential trade play where you push through the mid. It's going to make things that much harder to try play out. You do get to get a little bit close right here. Still got yourself a couple of key ultis available. This is tough though.
ZDC's teleporting in because he was getting cut off by the rest of LGD. It's still a 5v4 across the map. Nio respawning in 5 seconds, so no chance of a steal unless some miracle happens for LGD. The smite is secured by Xiaohao. 2 flashes are utilized, and EDG gonna get out scot-free.
Just saw right here, Xiaoya just picking out On, using the ulti, taking a chunk of health out of him. Well, if you're basically just having to get through a 3 Mountain Dragon Mountain Soul, that's way less effective. Nio.
On
Oh, he
going a little bit
misses!
far forward. He does not find the impale though, and he's completely singled out. However, Xiaohao also was trying to fight a 1v4, but On's able to pick up the kill on the jungler first. EDG dashing forward, XQW forced to flash away. EDG trying to chase down the remainder of LGD, but it's Nayo dying for the 3rd time in a row, Bloxer, and that means that the soul point is on the table now for EDG.
Yeah, this is going to be picked up here. You can't imagine that there's going to be an LGD fight back onto this one. And yes, Xiaohao could have even come through, but more than that, this is now the 3rd team fight in a row where XQW has not used the ulti. You have to use this. You currently are pressing the go button, initiating these fights here for EDG. EDG on the other end of this pause looks so good. Weaver's wall coming in.
And now Shaya is completely singled out at the flash over the Weaver's wall. Culling comes out, not too much damage just yet. The seismic shove only finds Nayo, but he uses it to try to close the gap on a Xiaohao. The Zinzao could be in trouble. XQW tries to knock back 2 with the Shurima shuffle, and the first kill goes on to Xiaohao. LGD trying to find this fight, but Angel is still alive. Weak still full HP on the back line, and it's a 2-for-2 overall on the map. EDG almost found the fight they were looking for, but Angel's the one to try to save the day.
Yeah, I mean, LGD so close to turning that one around. They managed to pick up some key kills right here. Big shutdown onto Xiaohao. Big shutdown onto On, but the teleport coming straight back through right here from ZDZ, and they're going to continue this push. The mid lane inhibitor has respawned. They can take down this top lane. It's going to make it so hard to step out of the base. Now you've got to go in here.
Killing, though. Yeah, Angel could be in trouble right now, but the decimating smash is huge. It lands on a 2. YCX the first to fall. Angel finally will drop as Sasa will burn him down. And now ZDZ and Wink are on the run. And so LGD...
Elder Drake on the map.
But oh man, you can see just the glimpses of what this LGD composition can do if they can avoid these hard engages once again. Nayo once more singled out here by LGD, by EDG, and he's gonna go down instantly here in the fight. The seismic shove lands on YCX. He'll be the next to drop. It's a 3-for-0 already. Xiaoya getting singled up here by the Zinzao, and that's just gonna be a clean ace for EDG. Once again, Nayo the one to get caught out here for LGD, and EDG are the ones to pick up this first game of the series.
Never mind. EDG, they do not need a Baron. They do not need an Elder. They're just going to close this game out right here. A 40-minute banger back and forth with a tech pause right in the middle. But taking game number 1 here in a critical series for EDG. Winning this one gets them that much closer to making it out of Group Nirvana.